Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the corporate world. Today, we're diving into a Form 8K filing from Soluna Holdings. Now, this isn't your average "we made money" press release. Think of it as a peek behind the curtain. What's Soluna been up to in the world of Bitcoin mining and sustainable energy? Let's find out, because it's a wild ride of power plants, crypto ambitions, and strategic pivots. Scroll form 8K/scroll. First off, what exactly is an 8K? It's basically a corporate bat signal, alerting investors to significant events that could affect the company. Think of it as a company shouting, "Hey, pay attention to this." So what's Soluna shouting about this time around? Scroll date. Of report date of earliest event reported. March 11, 2025/scroll. The date to keep in mind is March of 2025. That's when the events in this report happened. Scroll Soluna. HOLDNGS Inc. Soluna Holdings Inc. is the company we're looking at. They're officially based in Nevada but operate in digital infrastructure, focusing on Bitcoin mining powered by renewable energy. That means they're trying to make crypto mining greener, which is a big deal in today's market. Scroll Securities. Registered pursuant to Section 12B of the Act/scroll. The key thing here is that Soluna has their common stock and preferred stock listed on the Nasdaq stock market. Being listed on a major exchange like Nasdaq gives the company more visibility and makes it easier for investors to buy and sell their shares. Scroll item 7.01 Regulation FD Disclosure/scroll. Alright, let's get to the meat of this report. Item 7.01 is all about something called Regulation FD, which is short for Fair Disclosure. It means that if a company is going to share important information with certain people, like analysts or big investors, they have to share it with everyone at the same time. This levels the playing field. Soluna issued a press release with corporate and operational info that hadn't been reported yet. This is important because it gives everyone insight into what's happening inside the company. We're going to focus on the key points from that release and try to understand what they mean for Soluna's future. Now let's move to the press release itself, which has been added as an exhibit to the filing. It contains what Soluna wants investors to know. Let's see what they said. The headline tells us what they are focusing on. Soluna said it is focusing on mining Bitcoin. This likely means that they will spend less time on other ventures and instead try to improve their Bitcoin mining operations. These are the names of ongoing projects. These projects are likely Bitcoin mining facilities or data centers. The press release suggests that those are the focus of their attention and likely receive most of the funding. This phrase suggests the board of directors has been thinking carefully about the company's direction. They're not just making decisions on a whim, they're doing their due diligence. The board decided to strategically prioritize Bitcoin mining operations. This means they want to raise money, likely through selling stock or bonds. Capital is the lifeblood of any company, and raising it successfully is key to funding future growth and maintaining operations. If they can't raise capital, that would affect the company's operations. Monetizing assets generally means turning something they own into cash. In Soluna's case, it sounds like they will be selling energy or energy-related services they produce. This hints at possible deals or partnerships. Strategic partners can bring expertise, resources, and market access, all of which can be invaluable for a growing company. But it is important to note that they are just discussions and not a deal or agreement. Cutting overhead is usually a good sign if it can be done without hurting productivity or company morale. It means the company is trying to be more efficient with its resources. It could mean layoffs, restructuring, or cutting back on certain expenses. Engaging a financial advisor suggests they're exploring bigger moves like mergers, acquisitions, or major restructuring. The financial advisor will likely guide them through the financial complexities of the deal. This could be a good or bad thing depending on the move, so keep an eye out for future fillings and news from Soluna. This means Soluna will be attending a conference and giving presentations about themselves to prospective investors. The 36th Annual Roth Conference is an opportunity to pitch their story to potential investors. This is a legal disclaimer that what they're saying might not actually happen. Companies use these disclaimers to protect themselves from lawsuits if their predictions don't come true. So while it is important to note, it is mostly boilerplate. These are the data center projects that the company expects will increase revenues. They also expect the projects to improve their performance and reduce operating costs. So what's the overall story here? Soluna is doubling down on Bitcoin mining. They're trying to raise capital, cut costs, and potentially make strategic partnerships. They're also focused on completing their data center projects. It's a pivot towards what they believe is their core strength, and they're trying to streamline operations to make it happen. Now, for my take, Soluna's strategic prioritization of Bitcoin mining could be a smart move if they can execute it well. The crypto market is volatile, so it's a risky bet, but if they can mine Bitcoin efficiently and sustainably, they could be in a good position. The fact that they are raising capital means they need it, and this is common among growth companies. It is important to keep an eye out for how they handle the money. Cost cutting is always good, but they need to make sure they don't cut too deep and hurt their long-term growth potential. Ultimately, it will depend on market conditions and how well they can manage their operations. They are in a complex market, and it remains to be seen if they can execute all their plans. Overall, Soluna is making some bold moves, and the next few quarters will be crucial in determining whether they can successfully execute their strategy. Thanks for watching. If you found this corporate decoding helpful, please hit that like button, leave a comment with your thoughts on Soluna's strategy, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate filings.